Ladies and gentlemen, it is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show, and we are back in the building. And to give you your sports fix, dare I say, we've already had baseball. NBA is on the cusp. Could we actually get a season to finish up? Only one way to find out. We'll talk about that and more. Lopan, kick my music.
It's the Wait a Minute Show.
Hold up. Wait a minute, show. JB Bodie, that's my bro. Wait a minute, show. My man Pan is on the low. Wait a minute, show. JB Bodie, that's my bro. Wait a minute, show. My man Pan is on the low. Coming straight out of Flake, Michigan. JB Bodie is him again. 2 times Wednesday, Saturday. Show make you wanna sing Donny Hathaway. Facebook Live, Spreaker.com. It's the Wait a Minute Show, fam, and we drop bombs as we proceed. Just tune in, no need to take a feed. Hanging with the Stews. JB, that's my dude. And I don't mean to be rude, but these other shows lame like eating prunes. Facebook got you tweaking. Spreakers, eardrums bleeding. JB got what you need. My man Lopan saying yes indeed. Go to thewaitaminteshow.com to follow all episodes.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your man, Jelani JB Bodie. And why am I so pumped up? I'm going to tell you why I'm pumped up, ladies and gentlemen, because it has literally been 2 weeks till this day. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on the air. Last week, I don't know what was going on. We could not get this thing launched. It was just having all sorts of issues. So we apologize again for that. But we got through it. We're back. We're here. We're bringing you sports. And we're going to actually be talking, literally pretty soon in a matter of hours. Let's just say that. Short days, few days, we will be talking about live sports. And people will be able to give their opinion. People will be able to debate. People will be able to be angry, sad, or happy because the NBA is back. Ladies and gentlemen, it is July 29th right now, but obviously tomorrow on July 30th, the NBA season is back, and that is why this is called the NBA is back. Very simple, very simple. But before I do anything and I start getting into this sports stuff and running my yap and, talking about everything that you guys probably want to talk about or things that I want to talk about, let me go ahead and get this out the way because it's been long overdue. The man, he's wearing blue today, so I guess it's the man in blue. He is none other than an infamous person. He is what the ladies love. He is a thorn in every man's you-know-what because he's just that arrogant. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my co-host, Lopan.
Indeed.
Yes, so Lopan is in the building. I'm in the building. You guys are in the building here with me. So before we start, make sure you're following this show and make sure you follow X Squad Radio Network and make sure you're following us on thewaitaminteshow.com. Just go there and you can follow us there as well because we do a show on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all over the place. Wednesdays, Saturdays, who knows? We may add a day, may add, a few more days. You never know what's in store for us. But let's get to what we are really here to do, and that is to talk about sports. And let's start it off with the NBA. So we're going to actually have basketball, literally regular season basketball, albeit it's 8 games. That's all we really need because we need to get to the playoffs And you had the scrimmage game, so guys got to warm up. And actually, they've been in the bubble for a while, so they've had these practices. Now they had the scrimmages. Now you're going to have these final 8 games, which is going to decide some playoff positioning. Some folks are going to be sitting at home watching the playoffs, and some folks are going to be in the dance to try and win this championship for 2020. So I'll say this before I move on to the next subject. I will definitely give you my pick for the NBA Finals, who I see, will be there and who will be talking about, can they pull it off? Can they win? Whatever, the team they beat got robbed, all that. But I will be making my selection tonight, whenever you're listening to this. So when it happens, it's not that Jelani, was on board late or anything like that. It is July 29th before everything gets real, and your man is out here making his pick for the NBA Finals. Now, before I do all that, you got some injuries out there. Eric Gordon just got hurt for the Houston Rockets, so that's going to be a blow to them. Hopefully he's not out more than maybe a couple weeks. Look, they're going to be in the playoffs. They really need him for the playoffs. Anthony Davis took a poke in the eye. He's going to be all right. He said he's going to play this week. But there's players that we have question marks about. Namely one, Zion Williamson. And these are not, don't get me wrong, these are not bad questions. It's just, I think with Zion, it is going to be a what if moment for him. What if he never got injured at Duke? What if he never, I guess that really doesn't matter because he came back and played, so scratch that. What if he doesn't have the knee injury that he got the season started late? Now, he's had time to get over that injury. He's had time to work on his game. He's had time to actually be with, he was in quarantine, but be with his teammates. So what would the Pelicans have looked like if Zion could have played the entire season? And I think it would have been dramatically different for them. I think we would have been talking about the Pelicans a little bit more than what, we were talking about Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. And I said before, I really like this team. They're young. I like, Ingram. I like JJ Redick on this team. I like, Alonzo Ball. I like Drew Holiday, among others that's on this team. And this is a team that I really do think that they're going to turn some heads for these eight games. I don't have them making the playoffs, but it will lead us into next season as far as like how will the New Orleans Pelicans look? What are the expectations that we're going to put on the New Orleans Pelicans? And I think it's going to go to another level. Not championship level, but it will be. I will expect them to make moves to get to the playoffs next year. I will expect them to be a bottom 4 team into the playoffs, possibly topping out at 4. I'm not really yet put them in no top 3. There's a long way to go before that. But they are going to show some promise. They are going to I think turn some people's heads and get some attention, not just Zion. And I think, the rest of this team is going to really benefit from him being there because let's just be honest, he is the franchise player, even though they really don't want to try and put that on him, but he is the franchise player. But it's going to make it a lot easier for a guy like Lonzo Ball and take that pressure off, and he can just distribute the ball. It's going to be a lot easier for Ingram because those two guys came into the league, and then, you come with the expectations being the number 2 overall pick that, that right now at this point they haven't lived up to, if that's what you want to, call it. I think it's hard to do, but the expectations that was there, those have not been met, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can be a unit and a cohesive unit and then let Zion, I guess, the franchise player, be that person, be that role, but there's still guys that can contribute, on this team. So we talked about the Houston Rockets. Let's get into the Lakers. And like I said, Anthony Davis is going to play this week. Not a big thing. It's a precautionary measure. They're going to have J.R. Smith. I think Deion Waiters on this team. Did they pick up Deion Waiters? I can't even remember because I don't think they picked up Deion Waiters. Okay, but they got J.R. Smith, in replacement of Avery Bradley. You got, maybe he is there because Rajon got hurt, which I still don't think this is going to be a factor with Rajon getting hurt. Rajon can come back in. He can be a contributor as far as like how his game is. He's a distributor. He's not a scorer. He's not a guy, that's going to command to get the ball to score points. So that's great. Then you don't have to worry about him being rusty or anything, like that. All you have to worry about is can he come in basketball shape, which I've seen pictures of Rajon. The man is in shape, but basketball shape, playoff shape, will he be ready to go? I think that's going to be their only, concern. LeBron. You can't say any more about LeBron or Anthony Davis. This thing, if it's going to happen, it's going to run through these two individuals, and they're going to have to be on the same page, and this is what they've been working to all season long for this moment right here for when the playoffs start, to hit the ground running, to be ready to go, and be ready to take care of business as it should. They don't want to be playing around in the Western Conference. Last thing that you want is anything drawn out. Last thing you want is to have an injury for this season as far as like how it played out, because it's so different. The Clippers, let's move on to the Clippers for a quick second. No load management after these 8 games for Kawhi. I think we all know that. I think we all can say that confidently that he's going to play. Paul George. That's going to be, to me, the interesting piece of this whole thing. Paul George has had some amazing games in the playoffs. But with Paul George, I don't think he would have a problem with it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Would Paul George be willing to, what would Paul George be willing to sacrifice? Because we already know this thing is a game of matchups or a game of strategy. And when playoffs begin, a lot of people, lose minutes. Rosters and the benches get downsized. It could, actually go up a tick because everybody's been off for so long. But you want to think maybe they'll go one man deeper into their bench, not necessarily going to go really far in their bench like they would during the regular season game. But I bring it back to Paul George because let's say they meet up with the Lakers. Obviously you want Kawhi to be guarding LeBron, but you want to switch it up. And Paul George, he is not a shabby, he's not, a weak defender or anything like that, but could they switch it up? Could he be, on LeBron if they meet in the Western Conference Finals? Just take the pressure off, take the wear and tear off Kawhi on the defensive side, and maybe that does something for the team. Maybe that changes it up. I'm just throwing it out there, but it's going to be interesting for this team. Because these are the highest, Lob City had some very high expectations, but this team right here, I think, out of any Clipper team that has ever graced this earth, these are the highest expectations that they have had, for a team like the Clippers. And then you got Portland, a dangerous team. Dame and CJ, Melo, and to me, Portland is the wild card. This is, as far as like how this situation is, how this format is, this could benefit them. And I'm not going to say that they're going to go in and steal a game or steal a series, I should say. It's a restart. And whereas if you had a team like the Lakers and the Clippers who had got in a rhythm, it's better for them to be in a rhythm, but Portland could be the spoiler in this whole thing. And Dame Lillard would love that. Dame time. He would love that because he knows people don't want to see Portland there. And he would love to ruin their NBA season. Cedric Galloway in the way